I am so excited to continue on some conversations we've had previously about the marketplace. You do a lot of go-to-market work, strategy work for organizations. You help with product strategy and road mapping as well. What has you really excited right now?
Most organizations that we work with at Mercer are leaning into AI to improve human health, which is awesome, which is incredibly exciting. And that's not just physical health, it's mental health, financial well-being, it's
Mhm.
total holistic well-being of the person. And I'm really, really glad. I'm super excited that we haven't lost sight of that. And that's because of other data that says we're still not thriving as humans. Like, we're not in good shape. We're still experiencing high levels of burnout. Some crazy number of people are ready to quit their jobs this year. Again, our level of trust in our employers and in organizations is not improving. Ironically, it's the institution we trust the most, more than government, consumer brands, more than media. We trust employers more than any other institution. And even our employers, there's this sort of like wait and see, especially when we talk about changing the nature of work. Trust is not improving year over year. So in spite of all of the programs and things that employers are creating, and we throw like the kitchen sink at people, whether it's tech and tools or well-being programs or things to help them do their best work, live better lives, we're not moving the needle. We're literally not moving the needle. Humans aren't any better off than we used to be, in spite of having the best technology at our fingertips that we've ever had. Not saying tech is the silver bullet, but it sure can help fuel programs, well-designed programs that are personalized and human at scale. You really need tech to do that. So it's pretty exciting to see us leaning into that use case first. There's a lot of investment being made there, and there's a lot of research already showing proof points against those use cases. Accessibility is a big advantage when you talk about technological innovation. Getting solutions and tools out to more people that are traditionally hard to get them to in terms of accessibility or get them to value. Think about telehealth. I mean, such a simple example in terms of reaching people who would otherwise have difficulty accessing direct care in traditional environments, or financial tools and support. So that sort of the wide range of accessibility of solutions, and then how easy it is to move beyond transaction and move into more relational, value-based outcomes. Think about AI in counseling or care sort of environment. We talk about AI assistants and agents in terms of managing workflows and the flow of work.
Yeah.
But think about if I need to access resources or information that can make me better or help me in a time of need. So I'm seeing a huge surge in that category, and thank goodness it's time to help people better than we have before.
That's a great point. And I've noticed as well an uptick in the employee well-being category overall. I would totally agree that it's some of the most exciting innovations happening right now. So one final question here. I've worked with a lot of companies over the years with their messaging and how to differentiate. This is one thing that about half of my conversations when I'm talking with either founders or CMOs, they'd say it's so hard to break through this noisy market. And if we land on something, if we land on some messaging or a hook that we think is really compelling, then we'll just have all these competitors jump on and we start saying the same thing. Or so it's hard for companies to break through. You do a ton of this work as well. So why is it so challenging for companies in this market to differentiate and to stand out from an incredibly noisy marketplace?
I think a couple of things. I think it's too tempting to try to be all things to all people. Even a platform, even a wide platform with lots of different modules and things in their solution set that might actually be a lot of things to a lot of people. Even they have a hard time resisting the temptation to say this is the end all be all. And especially if you're a point solution, they're not willing to say, we just do this really, really well, and we do it best for this very particular type of organization and workforce who needs this kind of value. Like, even when that's your best story, it's too tempting to say, and we've got all of these other widgets and gadgets and things, because it's too hard to say no. It's too tempting to be like,
Yep.
sure, we can do that. So the second thing I'll say, it's the bandwagon. Employee experience was the bandwagon everybody jumped on a few years ago. AI is clearly the bandwagon everybody is jumping on today. So everybody jumps on the bandwagon that's popular, and they just slap it on their packaging. You can put whatever you want on your packaging that's technically true, but you're just jumping on the bandwagon that is the bandwagon du jour. I tell people all the time, niche makes you rich too. Like, just be
Yeah.
something and be really, really good at that. You have to understand the bigger story and explain how you connect within the ecosystem and how your solution helps drive bigger goals forward.